Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Poppy Playtime Easter eggs.
I guess I kind
blue. Blue is huge, I'm telling you. What's your favorite color? Blue? I bet it's blue, right? It's blue?
For this list, we'll be looking at the coolest hidden details found in the first two chapters of this indie horror sensation. Did you notice these details? What's your favorite Easter egg in Poppy Playtime? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Hanging Toys. By now, we know full well that essentially every single toy seen in Poppy Playtime is somehow alive. And not just the giant horrific behemoths that chase you around. Throughout Chapter 1, you'll find multiple regular-sized toys lying around with missing parts. If there was any question that these toys had also been alive at one point, it's answered towards the end of the chapter. Before entering Poppy's room, you'll see a bunch of amputated toys hanging from the ceiling. Scribbled on the walls are warnings of danger, stop, and run. Regardless of which toys wrote these messages, it means that every single one of them was made real and that not all of them wish you harm. Number 9. Jacksepticeye's tape. Across both chapters, you can collect optional videotapes that add to the world building. They're definitely worth grabbing if you want to know more about what's happening. In Chapter 2, one VHS tape even has a pretty cool cameo. One of YouTube's most popular Let's Players, Jacksepticeye, appears as a former Playtime co-employee. The tape is an interview between his character, Marcus Brickley, and the facility's head of innovation, Leith Pierre. Marcus saw a creature that clearly scared him half to death, stating it was, quote, 50 feet long with 1,000 legs. The creature was likely PJ Pugapillar, who you encounter during a minigame in the same chapter. For fans, it was a neat surprise to see Jacksepticeye pop up here.
Look, it wasn't people, alright? I haven't a bloody notion what it was, but it wasn't human.
Number 8. Markiplier's birthday.
Preparing for departure in 3, 2, 1.
Jacksepticeye isn't the only popular Let's Play YouTuber who got an Easter egg in Chapter 2, but the one from Markiplier is a bit more personal. In this chapter, players can find cardboard standees of Playtime Co.'s various characters. Pressing their respective buttons will cause them to say phrases, usually getting more unsettling the more you press them. Markiplier, who played both chapters on his channel, found a special message for him with the Bunzo Bunny standee. Pressing Bunzo's button will cause him to creepily say,
I know when your birthday is, June 28th.
This is Markiplier's birthday, who definitely seemed creeped out when he discovered the Easter egg.
You just have a nap. You just stay down there.
Number 7. Owen the Oven. At a certain point in Chapter 2, you'll come across a storage room with rejected toys. Next to them, you can read about why they were rejected. In the case of Owen the Oven, it's because it would consistently give kids third-degree burns. But that isn't the Easter egg. If you look at Owen from the other side, you'll find a hidden message written on his back. It reads, "Why do they call it oven when you in the cold food of out hot eat the food?" Absolute gibberish to the uninitiated, but it's a reference to a popular copy pasta, which was made into a Garfield meme with John Arbuckle saying it. Number 6. Always watching.
Poppy Playtime!
Poppy's as lovable as a real girl, and she talks like one too.
Hi, my name is Poppy.
Chapter 1 wastes no time in creeping you out. Early on, you'll come across what appears to be a statue of Huggy Wuggy, one of Playtime Co.'s signature characters. Unfortunately for you, he'll soon be gone when you return to the room. The chapter closes with a terrifying chase through vents as Huggy attempts to gobble you up. But you actually see him a handful of times before this climactic moment. One that many players missed the first time around is during the sequence where you must activate a conveyor belt. Huggy can be seen watching you from a vent before swiftly closing the gate. Other keen-eyed players noticed Huggy is organic as he bleeds after falling during the tense chase. Number 5. Twisted Orphanage.
If you've ever wanted to see how all of the nation's favorite toys were created, Playtime Co. is now offering factory tours at just $2.99 a person.
Poppy Playtime is still shrouded in mystery, but Chapter 2 definitely cleared up some hints from Chapter 1. As we know from the opening letter, Playtime Co. employees are still trapped inside the facility, but it seems they aren't the only ones who may have been turned into toys. Part 1 gave us several hints about the company's orphanage program, like an adoption poster and a VHS tape of an annoyed employee. Just in case that didn't get the point across, Chapter 2 does, with multiple children's drawings plastered on the walls and the tests you take clearly being aimed at kids. It seems likely we'll find out exactly what happened to these orphans in the coming chapters.
You did fantastic! Who gave you permission to be this smart?
Number 4. Hidden Poppy Dialogue. We're still not sure how to feel about Poppy. The doll is definitely creepy, but she seemed grateful to us for freeing her and helped us during the start of Chapter 2 before Mommy Longlegs captured her. The end of Chapter 2 had her betray us, leading us not to freedom, but deeper into the facility. However, by exploring a prototype version of the chapter, some players discovered something very interesting. Poppy's final lines were seemingly much longer and hinted towards Chapter 3. The unused lines state she's responsible for the deaths and disappearances and that she believes you're the one who can help her make things right.
Much is unknown to you. Where do I even begin?
But you can fix everything.
Number 3. All in the Name.
Perfect. Thank you.
Poppy isn't just a cute name for a doll. She seems to have been named after the red flower, a giant painting of which marks the room you find her in at the end of Chapter 1. However, there is a mountain of symbolism attached to red poppies that the developers included. Poppies are often used as a symbol for sleep. Their seeds make for a powerful sedative, and you find Poppy dozing off at the end of Chapter 1. Unfortunately, they can also represent death due to their bright red color and how they've been used in remembrance for fallen heroes. In some branches of mythology, it can even represent rebirth after death, which certainly plays into the lore of Poppy Playtime. Number 2. Experiment 1006. Giant demonic toys are bad enough, but it seems something much worse is coming. One of the VHS tapes from Chapter 1 mentioned Experiment 1006, aka the prototype, who can presumably be heard in the background killing people. Many may have assumed this experiment was Huggy Wuggy, but Chapter 2 debunked that theory with another VHS tape. At the end of the Mommy Longlegs chase, she screams,
What have you done? You make me part of you! You can't do this to me!
before she dies, with part of her body being dragged away by a disturbing claw. Remember all those amputated toys we mentioned? Well, it seems Experiment 1006 likes to take bits of others to add to himself. Great! Can't wait to see that monstrosity.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Stella Graber.
Sometimes, though, I really wish I could go back to being a kid, I mean.
Of all the characters mentioned throughout the environmental storytelling of Poppy Playtime, we find Stella Graber the most fascinating. A VHS tape in Chapter 1 showed her interview for a potential position. She notably speaks of wishing she could have stayed a kid. Chapter 2 told us she'd been hired on. She's the voice players hear over the intercom of the game station. What earns Stella the top spot, however, is that she shares the same voice actress with Poppy herself, Nola Klopp. This could mean nothing, and Klopp could just voice both characters. But given the plot revolves around people being turned into toys, and Stella's expressed desire to have stayed a kid, many have theorized Stella and Poppy are one and the same.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.